we're talking to. And by the way, Bryn, I want to bring it up too, because Bank of America's Michael Hartnett had some interesting commentary about this as well. We talked about the interest rate story and the crude oil story. With regard to interest rates being a headwind for the markets overall, Michael Hartnett at B of A says he does not yet see the level of interest rates as a threat to the anything but bonds bull market in risk assets. This is a story that maybe says that we are in this mode of being able to buy dips despite the fact that interest rates remain elevated, but from a historical perspective, Bryn, are not all that elevated compared to other bull markets in the past.
They're not, but if you go back to the 90s, I mean, we had a 5-6% interest rate, but the difference is the rates 5 and 10 years before that were in the double digits. And so the perspective for the U.S. economy is we had zero rates from forever, for well over a decade and a half. And then we jumped up to 5, and now inflation is here. And so I don't think you can really just go back into history and say they were high back then. It's because the base level was so low. I think that inflation is here. We're not going back to 2%. It doesn't feel like anytime soon. That being said, I think that 5% on the 10-year, I think, we're 35 basis points away from that. I still think rates are well anchored. I do think that the war that we have in Iran and oil prices are pushing up those inflationary numbers. And hopefully this is not a forever war, because especially as we're getting closer to midterms, there does need to be some type of resolution. And so I think the market has been well anchored right now. To me, the issue is like investors have been much safer in the index levels, the NASDAQ, equal weight, RSP. Really, the huge volatility under the market, especially the NASDAQ, is to me the real story. Is where you have Tesla, which we'll talk about, which has just fallen off a cliff. Meanwhile, Apple is up 3% today. So I still think investors, obviously Kevin and I are talking our book. We start talking about covered calls.
I'm fucking with Tesla.
Covered calls.
I ain't leaving Tesla.
To me, you want to have exposure there because this individual name, especially in the hyperscalers, to me the jury's still out how this all plays out.
What do we think, Jim?
Well, look, I think it's wise of us to talk about the 10-year. We have to at 470. A few weeks ago it was at 430. I think, though, Bryn just did put it into perspective that if you look over the last 3 years, this is still kind of in the middle to upper of the range where it's been roughly 4 to 5% on the 10-year. So we're not in nosebleed territory. Above 5% is where I get worried. But I think there's also a point that we're all kind of touching on here, and it plays directly to the 10-year, which is economic strength. I don't know if our folks in the control room, who are awesome, have access to the Citigroup Economic Surprise Index, but it's nicely positive. So yes, the 10-year is reflecting that there are some inflationary pressures, but it's also reflecting that the economy is strong. And I just don't want to lose sight of that fact as we wisely pay attention to the 10-year, but let's put it into that perspective.
Now, Stephanie, I want to go back to you because you mentioned about the earnings strength and the momentum that we are seeing. We know that the interest rate story is one that is signaling perhaps there is a little bit of robustness.
Oh yeah, let me show y'all this shit. This way. Y'all think that's rough? I can pull that shit off. Oh, y'all think I should wear this shit Sunday? That's what I'm wearing later on today. That's what I'm wearing later on today, y'all. Y'all remember this shit? Let's go check on the food, y'all, boy. Look, yeah. Let's see how this rice doing. That rice look done to y'all?